Hey guys, how are you? Right, so today a little bit of a disaster. Not too major, but a little one. I was out at work today and got a message from one of my neighbours saying there's water coming out your garage. So got my old man over quickly to make sure that the tank in the garage wasn't completely empty. Obviously that would be devastating, wouldn't it? Lose all the fish and that. So yeah, so got him over. Turns out the RCD had tripped and the sockets had all gone off, which then meant I'd lost power to everything, to the pond outside, to the ground tank in the greenhouse, into the tank in the garage. But the problem is when the tank in the garage loses power, one of the barrels overflows until it levels out. So we lost about a foot and a half of water out of the tank. He had to isolate the tank and then put the trickle on for me so that when I got home it would fill up. So I got home and really filled up too much. He left the trickle on really slow. I hadn't filled up too much, so turned up a little bit, filled it up. So the tank's now full, as you guys can see. So we're full back up again. And we're back up and running, so the filter's back on now. So the filter's been back on for about 2 hours, something like that. But most of the day, so that was about 11:30 this morning, I think I got that call. So my old man didn't get over here till about 12, so about an hour later. So I think from sort of 12 onwards, and it's now 8 o'clock. So it took that long to fill the tank back up again. Obviously filling up really slowly because it's going through the carbon filter and all that. And the tank's obviously sat for most of the day. So from 12 till about 6, it sat completely isolated, no filtration apart from the backy shower. Which, as we know, has only recently been installed and the media has not matured that much. But then when I got home, I had a little delivery. Not the delivery I thought. I can't remember when I ordered this. Honestly, I cannot remember for the life of me when I ordered this. So this turned up and I was like, what the hell's that? That's not what I've ordered. Because I've ordered a treatment kit, like a topical treatment kit for the fish. For Big Betty, because underneath the chin there, still not healing up. The other fish is doing really well. I'm going to try and get that fish back out, my boy's fish back out, put that in the pond this weekend and get Big Betty out, or Big Betty in the quarantine tank, as we're calling it for now, the small grower tank, but currently it's the quarantine tank. And hopefully this treatment's going to come in time so that I can treat her with that, then put her in there. And hopefully that's going to help that to heal. But the other fish is looking absolutely fine. Obviously no scales, but a load of white tissue, load of fresh tissue, all grown back, all seems to have sealed up pretty well. So like I say, we're going to get her out on the weekend, and all going well, she'll be going back in the pond, and Big Betty will be going in the ground tank, hopefully, if the treatment stuff comes. So anyways, this particular thing just here, I ordered probably the beginning of the month. I'd even forgot that I'd ordered it, to be honest. I just completely forgot. The reason I ordered it was because my KH had run out, and I was just like, I'll just get a full kit. So anyways, I'll show you what it is. Boom, it's a little test kit from Colombo. Mine's very noisy. Inside, I took the plastic out because the plastic was all smashed. So the plastic tray that sits in here with all these bottles and stuff to sit in, it was all smashed, so I just took that out. And then I've got all the little bottles in here, you know, ammonia, pH, what else we've got, phosphate, don't ever do that. One of you is probably going to tell me I need to do it more. KH, can't wait to do that one. Need to do that on both tanks, nitrite, nitrate, you know, you get the gist. So I figured, why not do a test on this tank? Because obviously this tank's not had a filter for the majority of the day. They've been getting fed, so they would have been fed 12, 2, 4, 6. They've been fed like 4 or 5 times since the filter system's been off, and obviously they got fed 3 times this morning. So I thought it'd be interesting to do a little test and see how high it is, considering we haven't had the filter. running. So I'm going to try and do a little test. I'm going to try and video it, but unfortunately my GoPro is dead. No power in this thing. I had to go find it. It's down the side of the sofa from the last time I've done a video editing. It's just hanging out at the edge of the sofa. So yeah, I think I forgot to turn it off, which is a bit pants really. So I think what I'll probably do is I'll get all the water out into the little tubes. Don't know if I'm going to use these or I'm going to use my old ones. I'm going to see what the cards say. So let's have a quick look while I got you. Go for it. Typical. That's the man stayed on the bit I wanted. There we go. Love a good old elastic band. So nitrate, I need 5 mil. So I can use my old card for that. Well, not my old card, but my old test tubes. 5. Ammonia, I need 10. Gonna have to use one of their tubes for that. Nitrate, I need 10. And phosphate, I need 10. pH. So yeah, let's have a little look. Let's have a little gander. I'll sort my tubes out. I'll sort the correct amount of water out into my tubes, and then we will go from there. So I'll catch you in a minute. Right guys, this is what we're going to go for. So we're going to do the ammonia test. So it'll be in this one. pH test, which is going to be in this one. The nitrite test, which is going to be in that one. And then as you can see there, the KH test, which will be in that little tube there. And I'll tell you how many drops that is, obviously. So this is what we're going to go for. So I'll crack on, do the drops. I'll run the time. So we've got 5 minutes on that one. pH is straight away 15 minutes on the ammonia. God, that's going to take forever. Alright, so I'll crack on and then I'll bring you back in little clips and I can show you each one as I do them. Alright, beautiful. Here we go then. Right. This is the pH. Any guesses? Because that don't look like any of them colours on there, does it? I'd say it's probably between 7.5 and 8, because it's not blue, but it's not that pale green. It's like a dark green, as you can see there. So God knows on the pH. Now the KH is actually only 3, so the KH is really low. My KH is normally around about 8. So we're going to put some bicarbonate soda in wherever I've put it. I have a big pot of it somewhere. I'll be able to test it for a few weeks, so we'll chuck that in. Now the nitrate is not looking too sad, considering obviously the filter's been off all day, and they've still been getting fed. Now let's have a bit of a look at this. Yeah, I'd probably say it was the top one. It's not quite dark enough to be that one. We'll put that there. Yeah, I'd say it was more the top one. So 0.5. So that's not too sad. Not too sad at all. The pH is, well, anybody's guess. And we're still waiting on this one. Which is not, yet again, not looking too sad. It's sort of looking 50-50 in between. Not quite 0, not quite full. So that's really good, considering obviously the filter's been off most of the day. Obviously the ammonia there, you'd expect that to be high, and then this one to be getting higher. So yeah, interesting. Not as bad as I thought, but obviously we need to put some KH plus in. So I'll do that now. Just having a cup of tea. I'm on baby duty today as well, so got to keep my eye there on my boy. So I'll put some KH plus in, and then I'll come back to you when this one's done. Right, actually a little bit late on this test. I'm currently looking after my neighbour's pond as well. I have to go clean his pump out, but I have to meet up with my other neighbour because my other neighbour's got the key. So I've just been over there, as you can see, got like algae all over me now. But that is still, well, it's not green, is it? So it's a little bit greener than it is yellow, but it's not green. So as you look at it there, Take the lid off. Hold on, bear with me. As soon as you look at it down there, not quite the same colour, but then it's also not quite the same colour as that. Is it? You see the yellow there? It's just a little bit off, but not as bad as I thought. To be fair, considering the amount of food they've been having, and the fact that the pump was off, I'd expect that to be down here. Same with this one, I'd expect this one to be creeping up, and that wasn't creeping up at all, was it? So, there we go. That is the water test complete. I've put some KH Plus in, as you can see over there. Put some of that in. So that should bring the KH up. I'm just going to do a KH test on the little tank now. So I'll go grab that and do that. Right, so this water is currently from the little tank. Now the little tank's always quite low on KH, to be fair. So there we go, it just turned blue. So there's a bit more white put on there. There you go, blue. Oh, well, that's 3 because I think we're doing better. 3. 4. Oh, it's looking better over there than I was expecting. 5. 6. 7. So that's all right. So the little tank's actually all right, which is quite surprising because usually that tank is a pain. It usually does eat a lot of KH because of the small volume of water. But obviously because we've got my boys fishing here at the minute, and we're not really feeding a massive amount, probably, you know, a little, I don't know, probably 30 grams a day, something like that at the minute. There's not many fish in there, there's only 3 fish in there. And we're mostly concentrating on him healing himself up, so we're not feeding a massive amount. So that's probably why that's still doing all right. So we'd expect the pH to be all right over there as well. Plenty of air going in there. That pump's getting a bit noisy. It keeps vibrating the lid loose for some reason. It makes a lot of noise, but anyways, nonetheless. So as you can probably tell, obviously the backy showers are not on at the moment. Turn them off. The oxygen's all coming into here because obviously this tank had no water in it earlier. So, to be fair, move my sock out. Move me phone. So to be fair, that's not even bubbling yet. So they've been fed all day. Obviously they had a reduced amount of water volume. Topped it up, I know, but still not. I've only topped it up by about a foot. So it basically drops to here. That's it's about level point. So we filled it back up to about here. So it's dropped about a foot. So I only put about a foot of water back in. And obviously I haven't turned this valve yet, so that hasn't actually been turning over. So we'll put that on full for a moment. There we go. As you can see there, it's now starting to turn over. And obviously so what happens is, if I come back over here, come down. So when the pump dies, this pump, power gets cut off to that, which was on the RCD. The water level drops from up here to the bottom of this, which is then level with this barrel. So when the pump dies, all the water from above this barrel in the tank, obviously all that water there, just comes flooding out here and goes down my garage. So as you can see, there's still a bit of a wet patch underneath the garage. Sorry, underneath the tank. So all that water floods out here, which then means all of this media then has to sink down to here to sit in the water level. And it's not all covered by the water. It doesn't all get covered by the water. But now we've lowered the air a little bit. There you go, you can see some of the fish that are in here. So that's my chagoy just there, and then there is another chagoy just there, that little, well, not so little actually, he's getting massive, he's growing well fast. That's from my mate Andy. He is going to be huge, absolutely huge. And I might have found someone to have these Deutsch fish. He runs a reptile and an aquarium shop, and he wants me to look after one of his dad's koi, because his dad's moving house, and he's going to build a pond in his garden, and he wanted me to look after his fish, which I said was absolutely acceptable. And he said, if you've got any fish that you don't want, then let me know. This fish here, actually, which is the Deutsch one, seems to have took on a bit of a growth spurt. Seems to have, the last couple of weeks, gone mad. Seems to be getting a good old size on him now. Obviously them other big fish that were in there were eating all the food. There's my shower. That shower is going to change loads. There's still so much sumi to come out in that in the next couple of years as it matures up. I'm quite interested to see where that goes, really. Because there's a lot going to happen with that fish. A lot going to happen with that fish. That one just there. He's getting a good size on him. I'm not really packing the body volume on, but he's definitely packing, well, a little bit of the body volume, a little bit of the length. Not masses of body volume. Quite interested to see what my chagoy is going to do, how much he's going to grow. Now he's in here, getting fed more regular. He's this one here, it's Jinrin Ogon, just there. Is one of my originals, and that Yamabuki there, that's also one of my originals. Not the best of qualities, but you know, they're alright. And since coming in here, they seem to be growing not too bad, considering they're a couple-year old. So we'll see how they get on. Be quite interesting, I think. Anyways, that's enough about the fish. So guys, get yourself a little book. As you can see, I've written here that we had a power cut, we lost a foot of water, test results, you know, temperature, the date. This is not the last time I did the filter clean, actually. I have done them since then. But yeah, there's the last load of tests and stuff that I've done. So get yourself a little book. No matter what happens, write it in your little book. So I've written here, obviously, that we've lost some water. So next week, if I have any issues, or a couple of weeks later I have some issues, we can look back and see if that's caused anything, or you know, just to jog your memory, really. Make sure you write everything down, guys. So there we go then, guys. Not as bad as I was expecting, really. I was expecting that to be much worse than it was. Don't know what it is. What's going on, man? That's what the people putting their bins out, setting the dog off. I'm on the monitor. Don't get a dog. Pain in the ass. What's barking at everyone? Stupid mark. Let me go sort the dog out. Just give me on now. Okay. This filming's not going very well, is it? Right, so anyways, as I was saying, not as bad as we thought it was going to be. Well, as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be much worse, especially as they're getting fed quite a bit. Maybe I need to feed them more. Feed them more. I can't remember what they're being fed, but we go up here. Bear with me one sec. I just put all this away as well. Stupid boy. Bear with. As I just said in the last clip, get yourself a little book, and I'll be able to tell you when I last up their food. Right, so they're on 138 grams a day, and they seem to demolish it, to be fair. Maybe I do need to go up. That was about a month ago that I put that up. Obviously I have changed fish since then, because there was a load of big fish in here. Now there's a load of small fish, but these guys seem to be demolishing it just as much as the other ones. So obviously from the water test then, not as bad as we was expecting, considering the filter system had been out all day. So obviously this backy shower is doing something, not sure what, but it's definitely doing something. So I might actually up the food a little bit, not too much, because I have been chucking in every time I get home about 6 o'clock, chuck a handful of food in, and I have been chucking in mealworms, quite a lot of them. This was nearly full a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, I've been chucking in quite a lot of them, and then I have got over here some more treats. So this got mealworms in it, silkworms, whatever they are. Yeah, loads of stuff in this one. Loads of stuff. They love that one though. That's a good one. They do like that one. But yeah, so I've been chucking extra food in. They seem to be demolishing it and coping just fine. And the water seems to be just fine. So I think I might up the food a little bit, you know, try and get a bit more on them. Bit more. Bigger fish. It's all about the big fish. Had a bit of an issue with the water feeder on the pond actually. It's a little modification. I sort of worked for a bit and then it sort of stopped working, which is very annoying. So it sort of keeps clogging itself up, so I need to have a little look at that, see what I can come up with in order to get that back working, because I'm sort of missing out on the big fish now as well, because they're all back in the pond. I'm only hand feeding them 3-4 times a day, so but that is a good handful 3 or 4 times a day, so hopefully we're not holding them back too much, but it'd be nice to balance it out a bit more for the filter system. I was going to say something else, but I completely forgot what I was going to say. No, it's gone. Whatever. It's gone. Oh, there we go. It's popped into my head as soon as I was about to press the button. So as you guys, I think you know. Not sure if I put it in one of the other videos. Not sure yet. Haven't done a video on them yet, but I do have few Hannah test kits. I've got the ammonia one, the nitrite one, and a chlorine one. I need to get some more bits for the chlorine actually. But I was watching Up North Koi, I think his name's Simon. Don't hold me to that, I can't remember what his name is. Sound geezer, absolute sound. I've messaged him about a few things, and he's always replied with some you know, good answers. He's not trying to tell you what to do. He's very good at just saying, this is what I do, this is what I've got, this is what I use. Crack on, make your own decision, which is good. You know, no one should push their views or judgments on anyone else. Everyone's pond different. Everyone's pond works different. Everyone likes different things. But I seen in one of his last videos actually, he got a pH tester. So we've just done a pH test, and as you could tell, it could have been anywhere. The colour of the water was not even close to the colour of the scale, and that drives me potty. Absolute potty, man, when you can't work it out. If it's a clear colour, then yeah, fair enough. I got this Colombo kit because I heard good things about it, but so far I'm not impressed with it. Not impressed with it at all. From that perspective anyway. KH seems to work fine. I've used that a couple of times now before. That one seems to work fine. But that pH one really I did not like that because I couldn't tell. And I don't like to use the Hannah every time I test things. But I've seen him with that Hannah pH tester, Hannah one. So I'm quite interested to see his reviews on that really, and you know what he thinks to that. I might even purchase one myself. Because I think it was Up North Koi that sort of got me into these digital testers anyway. So I watched him, see him do a few, and I was like, I think I like this idea. So I don't do them every time. I'd probably do them once every couple of weeks just to be 100%. But yeah, that pH tester, I really like the look of that. I might give that a go. I might think about getting that, yeah, see what I think to that. I think I might let him make it, you know, maybe let him make another video on it or so, you know, after he's used it a couple of times, and get his opinion on it, and then we'll purchase one. they are quite pricey. But at least it just takes the guesswork out, don't it? The guesswork does my head in when you're trying to guess. Is that yellow? Is it red? Is it pink? Is it sort of mildly green? Just take the guesswork out, man. Make it easy for me. Just it's blue, it's yellow, it's purple, or it's 6, it's 7, it's 8, it's 9. You know, that's the benefit of the digital. There's no guesswork. It just tells you exactly what it is. Would like someone to tell us what these Hannah test kits. Obviously, they're very accurate. Didn't pronounce that right. Can never get that word off my tongue. Would like someone to sort of confess of what the parameters are that we can run to on these bad boys. Because everyone goes, oh, you don't need 0, but no one actually tells you how high you can go. There's a lot of people out there saying, oh, you shouldn't test with these Hannah kits and this and that and the other. But just inform people of, what's dangerous and what's tolerable. Because we're all going to have ammonia and nitrate in the pond because we're constantly feeding our fish. So it's going to be there. So we don't need to know, we just need to know what's acceptable, what's not acceptable. What we can live with for a small period of time. High wage, how high we can go, and then okay, you need to start. You can run at this level for a couple of weeks till your filter system gets a hold of it. If your filter system doesn't get a hold of it, then you need to start dropping down. But don't go over this. If you go over this, then there's a problem. You need to really drop off and get your things sorted. And if you're just running at 0.2, that's acceptable. Is it? I don't know. I don't know if that's acceptable, but someone out there must know. And they really need to put that bit of advice out there. They keep saying, oh, yeah, you don't need 0. All right, we don't need 0, but what do we need? What's acceptable and what's dangerous? That's the bit of information we all require on these Hannah testers. But yeah, other than that, I think I'll sort of do this for now. Don't know when I'll be back out in the garage. Probably next time I'm on baby duty. Oh, I'm on baby duty tomorrow. So yeah, might come out here, do some bits, maybe do some bits in the garden. Don't know, we'll see how we get on, what happens with the boy. Went down alright tonight, but don't tell the missus. She's been having a bit of a nightmare getting him down, but for me tonight, it's straight down. Gave him his little bottle, straight to sleep. Had his magic touch, I reckon. Don't tell her that, she wants me to look after him more often. But yeah, other than that, man, have a good week, and we'll catch you on the next one.